What is up, guys?
What is up?
Oh man, Dave, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. That was wild. That was wild,
You
sir.
guys, I asked some questions today and made some points.
No,
And I think
no
it's
points were
I think
made.
it's fair to say that Winston didn't appreciate them.
No points were made. That guy was not making 1 point at all. Sorry.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. If someone says something to me and I can think of a way that it is at least seems false, I'm going to bring that distinction to light.
Okay, that's totally fine. We'll come with receipts, paperwork, tweets, anything you need, man. We got you. I got you. Everybody's got you. That's what the internet is for. Do your Googles. Gotta do your Googles, bro.
In order to be a fan of something, you have to be completely obsessed about it,
I
apparently.
would I would assume so. It's like, look, man, like I'm sure guitarists have like, man, you know why you can't play Stairway to Heaven in Guitar Center anymore? Like, I'm sure there are lores in your rock and roll world.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We got lures too, man. All right. I tell them.
Hey,
I'm sorry, guys. I
clear
gotta
that
bleep.
again.
I know. I gotta bleep.
A minute 37.
Oh man. But hey, guys, we're gonna talk about the NBA today. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on here.
And all I know is that Toronto's not in the playoffs, so we're not going to see Drake anywhere.
This is interesting in like so many different ways. Just because I feel like it's a conspiracy. I feel like,
Okay, tell me what's going on that seems like a conspiracy to you right now?
Okay. I feel like the Indiana Pacers and Knicks game and Denver and Minnesota are possibly rigged. And I'll say that only because it's 2-2 right now. And they need to possibly make things, go a little longer, create a little more money. I think because I want to ask. I've asked a lot of people, are they watching the playoffs? And a lot of people are saying no. So that's sort of like the casual people aren't watching it. You know what I mean? So it's not exciting. They're
I
no,
I can see that casual people are not liking it,
yeah,
but to be honest, I think that if it wasn't for the fact that we're doing this pod, I might not watch it.
that too. That too. Honestly,
But
the only team that I really wanted to watch was New York. To be honest, New York and Dallas.
and
That's about it.
I only said that because like usually I'm used to cheering for LeBron at this point in the season,
It's
and
weird.
I'm kind of depressed.
It's weird. It's weird
Like
not
my
saying them.
my therapist was telling me that maybe I need to explore some other hobbies,
I'm weird. Like what? What you say?
like becoming a Kendrick Lamar fan or something
Got
like that.
to. So look, man, you got to get some healing in your. You need to heal, bro.
I
We've been
clearly
trying to
do.
tell you, man. You got to heal, Dave.
I think what I'm coming away with here is that it's a problem that I can relate to so much of Drake's music. It's definitely got to be a problem.
It's a problem. Okay,
It's like
I don't know if you want to associate yourself with that
some
man
of-
right now.
some of my favorite Drake songs are him like rapping to a girl or singing to a girl, and I'm like,
How long ago was that, Dave?
it's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago. Now he's a mob boss and he has guns.
Bought some guns yesterday. I'm gonna buy some more today.
I just want to know can Anthony Edwards close out of Denver?
So, I want to go back to the rigged part though.
Yeah. It's to me, it's rigged. But I also think anytime you don't have a LeBron, Steph Curry, and who else you can bring up Anthony Davis, Paul George, and people like that. But legitimately, like I don't know if this is like a shift in the NBA of
Well, it's
like
definitely a shift.
of like well, I mean like of who because who's the breakout person? Even Giannis isn't in the playoffs right now.
All right.
Like yeah, it's
So what I was gonna say is like I know the casual fans probably not watching it, and I know I said that I probably wouldn't have been watching it if we weren't doing this pod, but I'm so glad that I'm watching it because what I'm seeing in this playoffs, I'm starting to have hope for the future without LeBron being in it. And I'll tell you, the media follows LeBron so closely, for better for worse, however you feel about the guy. But it's kind of been hard to stomach a little bit that the Lakers haven't been able to get it together. But that's a sign of what's coming to me. And what I'll say is, in terms of my excitement now, is that you've got Shea that looks amazing.
Yep.
You got veteran Kyrie in the playoffs at like 30 years old.
Ramadan Kyrie, baby.
Ramadan Kyrie, like, he always needs to be fasting.
He's nice, man.
He's nice.
He's nice.
But then you've got Jalen Brunson.
Big Brunson.
And I don't know if he's overhyped or not. I don't know.
Never. That was the greatest money well spent in New York ever.
Okay. Oh, definitely that.
Yeah, for sure.
4 years, $100 million is a steal for that man.
But not only that, but to really make the team like look good again, like, you know what I'm saying, and actually win games.
Well, the thing about him is the same thing about Josh Hart. They're gonna play.
Yeah.
And they've got a team that's hard nosed, and Tom Thibodeau is part of that. But when you're saying that you think the league's rigged because it's going to go,
it's about viewership, dog.
But,
like, at the end of the day,
so many of the Knicks are hurt.
Yeah, but you admitted to what you just said. You said you wouldn't even be watching if we weren't potting.
I know, but I'm so glad that I am.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think the good outweighs the bad. I think it necessarily just shows you, and again, not to say, oh, I have evidence it's rigged or anything like that. It just shows that there is a slowdown in all sports activity, even down to like the Super Bowl and NFL playoffs. Like, it's been a lot of lows and a lot of lows, but I think this is the time it's supposed to be, you know, where the highs come in, but we don't have real established stars in the playoffs anymore. So it looks a little funny in the light when a lot of these teams are getting certain calls.
It feels a little bit like that championship, the first Tim Duncan championship against the Nets.
Oh,
with the David Robinson.
Yep.
It's like it wasn't Jordan, and so it was a little boring.
Yep.
And then Kobe and Shaq came along, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It was at like 3 in a
And
row.
AI,
and
then it was like Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
They got excited again, and I think
But
Anthony
again,
Edwards.
those are stars.
Anthony Edwards is a star.
Okay.
And I think Jalen Brunson. I don't think he's as good as Anthony Edwards, but he's a star.
Okay. But again, Luka, Kyrie, Tatum, they're all stars to me. But I think
I know, but they don't have that same gravitational pull like Steph,
or
like
Giannis.
KD, like a Giannis,
Yeah, man.
like a LeBron. But I think Anthony Edwards, man, he's showing out in terms of good
He's
basketball.
making it look good. I'll tell you that much. He's making it look
It's
amazing.
interesting basketball because when Minnesota played in Denver and they locked up Jamal Murray and he was throwing stuff, that was like, this is very interesting.
As long as you flush to him, you're good, because Jokic can't have the ball at all times. He can't make the pick and roll play himself on every play.
No, he can't. But I think Denver's just such a good team, man. They're so good because of Aaron Gordon. He doesn't get enough love.
So you think they got 2 more in them?
Yes. I think they've likely figured out how to kind of manipulate the Minnesota defense. Of course,
A little bit.
I think everybody's been a little bit of a prisoner of the moment. Stephen A. said that they'd get swept after they went down 2-0, but now it kind of looks like they figured the whole thing out.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at it just with Denver itself, is that they're gonna go down swinging, if anything. But I would like to see a Game 7 Denver Minnesota. I'm willing to take whoever, but I think, to be honest with you, whoever wins that game wins the championship. Because to me, I don't think OKC or Dallas can beat Minnesota, in my opinion. Not what you have in 2 bigs. Not what you have in 2 bigs that are good.
I think Dallas and OKC. I think whatever team comes out of that series is going to lose in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but yeah, I'll call that.
But I will also say that Luka Doncic, 3rd in MVP voting. He's had some really strong playoff performances, and with Ramadan Kyrie on the team, that's got some special sauce. Mm-hmm. Especially if Brittany Reiner's baby daddy, PJ Washington, keeps playing
Jesus Christ.
so well.
Shout out PJ Washington, man. We like you, bro. Nah, man, Dallas is looking good. I guess my thing is that who's going to beat Denver? Like, who's going to beat Minnesota? Like, it's just, I don't see it. Even though Shea Shea is looking real nice right now. Even like Luca, but I don't know, dog. That Minnesota one is messing me up like mentally, just because it's like I want Minnesota to win, but Denver looks like they done figured something out.
Yeah, I think that Denver and Minnesota are most likely. I think it's most likely going to be Denver. They're going to be
Yeah,
in the finals again.
yeah. That game Friday was telling.
And I'll say that I don't think that anybody on the other side could beat them for sure. But I do think Boston has the best shot.
Out of everybody. But that's okay. So just came in on the phone. What you call it? Won't play game for Donovan Mitchell. So
See, that's a big problem
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Knicks, a lot of them are hurt. So
A lot of the Knicks are hurt, and they still putting on a show. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Tom Thibodeau's a tough coach,
He'll
man.
tough out. He'll tough out. I look at Cleveland and I just kind of get always like upset, but I always think back to how they treated Kyrie. So I think this is just all good business to me. Like, yes, I hope y'all can't get past nothing else.
Dude, I mean, when you look at or the book I read, the Jeff Benedict book for anybody that likes to read about LeBron, they
Okay.
talked about how he and LeBron like got along and just what Dan Gilbert posted on the website in that letter.
Yeah, that was
It's just
wild.
like
That's wild.
it doesn't surprise me that you feel like they treated Kyrie a certain way.
Now I was going to say it's like the same thing we heard about in the Last Dance. So it's no different. I mean, yeah, like I guess GMs and owners are just terrible people. Like,
And let me say this because I think this is at the center of a lot of what we talked about before we got on the pod, and then even in professional sports. And you sent me the other day. You know, it's been a week since we've been on. Like
it's just about a week. Yeah,
It's just like
been a week.
I know we try to do it more, but like when it's a week, I really start to miss us talking about it. But it gives me more time to process stuff.
You gotta
And he
process
sent me Shaq and Shannon Sharp this, and my question to you is like ego is so big for so many people in the spotlight
For who?
for Drake,
No. Let's talk
for Shaq.
Okay, you said it's ego because of Shaq.
Oh no, I think Shannon's got a big ego too.
I think it came from Shannon. If you talk about somebody who was swinging their ego around, or however you want to pronounce it, pause. Like again, that was Shannon, and I think that what Shaq may have did in the moment looks weird, but that's player talking to another player. That's just somebody saying something out loud who I think has the right to do that. I don't think that's hating because one, it's not his first chip or it's not his first MVP. It's his third MVP. So yeah, I think he didn't ruin a moment. He didn't ruin a moment here, guys.
Okay, so this is what I thought about Shaq saying it up front. You can interpret it as I've been saying this on my pod about you, so I'm going to say it to your face. So cool.
Yeah.
You could also say I'm taking this moment where we're recognizing you as a 3-time MVP, which so few players have accomplished in their career, regardless of whether you thought that they should have won as many as they did or they should have won fewer.
I feel you.
I feel like Shaq talks about this. He talks about Steve Nash. He felt like he should have won one, or AI should have won one one of the years that Steve Nash won it, but Steve Nash had the better record. You could say some other things, conspiracy theory about that. But when it comes down to it, Shaq has talked about this, and to say up front to kind of make it like, yo, I didn't vote for you, and I need you to know that up front, it kind of takes away from Jokic's moment, in my opinion.
He's had 3 of them. He's already had a moment 3 times. So my thing is like it's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like it was just malicious, and that's where Shannon took it from. It's like, bro, you're trying to attack me because I didn't work out to be good and be better. Like that has nothing to do with it. It was an opinion.
Okay,
It was an opinion.
I don't think that because Shaq said that he's jealous. I didn't think that.
Well, I'm saying that's what Shannon said. I'm going by purely what Shannon said because again, that's weird to me. To me, that's weird.
But does Shaq's not seem pretty sensitive to criticism to you?
How?
Dude, he has a beef with everybody.
Shaq?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a beef.
Okay, he doesn't like Dwight Howard.
Well, we know why he don't like Dwight Howard. That's kind of like yeah, you can't be talking like you can't be coming around the monarchy using Superman, then come play for my team and not do well. Yeah, I'm a clown on
And
you.
I don't necessarily want to bring this up, but it's
ahead.
not like he and Kobe had a good relationship.
They patched it up. What are you?
I know
talking
they
about?
patched it up, but in the moment when
Doesn't matter, they
Shaq
patched
won
it
his
up.
4th title, he had a diss track towards Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe, how my ass tastes.
Okay, that's
That-
fine.
That,
So
that doesn't
they
seem
patched it up.
That doesn't seem.
The beef doesn't matter anymore after you patch it up. That's what we keep saying. Like
Did Shaq not show a big ego in those moments?
no.
Have you heard his diss track?
Yes, Dave. Dave, I understand what you're saying. I think again you're missing the point. Is that we're talking about somebody who is reformed, and you're bringing up past aggressions that have no place here.
But his character has been similar throughout moments in his
No,
life and
that's
career.
not his character. His character, as of retiring, has just been an easygoing guy and being a funny entertainer too as well.
No, he's definitely that.
Right.
He's definitely an entertainer.
There's no ego in any of this. There is none. Why would it come from? Where would the ego come from, Shaq?
Okay, so a man says that you're jealous of Jokic. So in return, what you say is, "I'm the most dominant center of all time," and reminds him of his accolades.
Right, but
and says, "I'm G.
But what's
I'm
wrong with that?
G14. You can't afford it. You can't even talk about
but
me."
that's Shannon copping please too, talking about, hey man, I wasn't the fastest guy on the field, but I worked hard. If I did all my I ate all my broccoli, I ate all my green beans. But I didn't get as big as everybody. Like Shannon, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
No, that's weird, bro.
I'm not saying that what Shannon did was not weird. What I'm saying is, if someone talks shit about you and immediately what you do is list your resume out and how cool, like how much of the man you are.
He didn't list his resume. Let's not do that. He just gave a few points. He didn't list it. He gave a few points. And I think, again, no matter what, that's what people are going to go to when they say you can say things like that.
Okay.
I don't know, dog. I totally think that Shannon was in the wrong, because then you get on your thing, copping please, talking about, I wasn't the biggest guy on the field, but I worked hard. That's what I did. Phil Jackson said, if you had worked hard, like, who are you to talk about my work ethic? Like, come on, dog, get the fuck out of here.
Shaq talks about his work ethic.
Yeah, I understand.
Kobe talked about his work ethic.
I understand
Phil
that.
Jackson talked about his work ethic.
But what you're doing is you're doing it in a derogatory manner.
Shaq said, "Never even tried," in the response.
Can I ask you a question? Who asked Shannon Sharp? Who asked him?
Shannon is a prominent media sports
But
figure.
that's a terrible, as a journalist.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
So I guess we have no right to have an opinion about anyone then.
No, we do, but we're not being derogatory about it. I think we're having an opinion that isn't like, yo, that guy is super trash. He'll never make it. He should have never touched a basketball. No, we're not doing that. We're giving objective opinions. What Shannon did was attack somebody's character that wasn't involved in any of this. Had nothing to do with work ethic, had nothing to do with any of that. Shannon started that.
Okay, yeah. I would agree that Shannon started it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, so you can't be mad at how I react to what you say to me.
But Shannon wasn't the only person who expressed an opinion about Shaq doing that.
True, but Dave, that comes down to our thing again that I always talk about, bro, is it's like how he said, he was basically saying like, I know what you did to get the people to like you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, we wasn't really rocking with Shannon. We weren't. We didn't start rocking with him until he started having the Black and Milds, doing the Hennessy, having the do-rag on. Like, yeah, if we really gonna call a spade, let's call a spade. That's just how I look at how Shannon is coming off, saying something, trying to make it seem like he has journalistic integrity behind it, but what you're doing is being derogatory towards my character as a person, and that's not what you do as a journalist. Like, if you were having journalistic integrity or whatever, you would have probably have just said, hey man, just don't steal his moment. Like, it has nothing to do with, you could have worked harder.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that distinction. But what issue, so when Shaq said, we know what you did,
like, to make the people like you, yeah.
So that's when he started acting more?
Started hamming it up. And again, that's the thing. That is the thing that probably bothered him the most, because it's like I've always been down. Like, this has always been me. Like, why are you tripping on me?
I see.
You get what I'm saying? Like who are you to start tripping on me? That's kind of weird.
So do you think that Shannon's Hennessy, Shannon doing the black and milds, do you think that's inauthentic to who he actually is?
If he keeps talking about he was a boy raised on a cornfield, yes. Stop it.
If you're raised on a cornfield, though, can you not go on to like black and milds and drinking in your adulthood?
Let's not get into that, Dave. That's muddy waters. And what the problem is behind that is again, you are trying to come off as a journalist, but you're disguising yourself as something else. And that is where I believe Shannon is hating, because he has never been able to achieve things like a Shaq. And for Shaq to have the cachet, or even the balls to say that while presenting an award, I think that's the position Shannon would like to be in. So it's a little bit of projection.
Okay.
To me, I can only say me.
Okay, so even Shannon said that he didn't think he was as good at his sport as Shaq was at his.
But that was after.
Well, I know. But my question would be, football and basketball are different.
Correct.
But is Shannon not ranked at least in the same position by his position as Shaq is ranked at his position?
Nope, because again, he named all the people in front of him: Antonio Gates, Kevin Winslow, Gonzalez, Gronk. You can't do that.
Kelsey.
Okay. Kelsey. You can't do that when you name Shaq. Shaq sits there with a Wilt, a Dominique, a Bill Russell. He sits there with them as a big man.
Okay, but even Shaq would say he puts himself behind Kareem,
Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain,
and Hakeem.
Yeah.
And so that puts him at 5.
And that still makes him top 5. Shannon is not top 5.
I think Shannon can be argued as top 5, though.
Stop the cap.
Okay.
Stop the cap.
All right.
If I bust down the golds and the stats compared to a Shannon, it would not be the same.
All right.
Would not be the same.
I mean, they're different sports. I was just saying by their position.
But no. Again, take them by their position. As a center, Shaq is top 5. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Shannon is not top 5 in tight ends at all.
I don't think that that's absolutely true, but okay. Agree to disagree.
Oh, hey, okay, brother. Hey, you got it. Man, I cannot believe you think Shannon is better, like has a better rap sheet than Shaq.
Is that what I said?
Well, I wouldn't say better, but comparable. Like,
no, I'm saying
two different sports.
If you're ranking them by position,
I get it.
I don't think either of them is considered the number one at their position.
I think Shannon's far off from Shaq. I'll put it like that. For you don't got enough cachet in the NFL to talk to me like that, Shannon. Unfortunately, that's how I look at it. I think a lot of people should look at it like that too, because again, you can't just go around saying things thinking you're a wannabe journalist on a podcast and then say something towards a man's character. Like, that's weird.
I think that's a ad hominem argument where you're attacking someone's character instead of their argument.
Did. But but that's
I know he did that. I know, but at the same time, it's like because Shaq can't make the argument that because Shannon's not as successful in his career that anything he says about Shaq is just errant or not right.
No, I wouldn't say that. No. I would never say that. I think it's when you attack the man's like when you say you're jealous because you didn't work hard enough. What are you talking about, dog? But why do you think you can fix your lips to say that? Like, again, yes, other people have said it, but these are people that I have worked with, I have a relationship with. It is a little weird for you, Shannon, to just come out the Wild West and just say something off the wall like that.
Okay.
It's a little bit like, imagine you just minding your business and you may have said something to another player in your sport where there are only certain big men that even get this award, and you just say something. Yeah, it may have been off the cuff, but again, I have earned enough cachet to say that.
So you don't think that Shaq doing a diss track is overcompensating a little bit?
I think that's the entertainment side of it. Like if Shannon wants to play those games, yeah, let's play those games.
Okay, cool. I could see that.
Yeah, I think Shannon knew what he was doing by even remotely using that moment as I wouldn't even say clickbait, but just to say like I believe this is how I feel, but not probably looking at it as like it's kind of weird if you say
What did you think about the diss track?
It was funny. It was Shaq. It was regular Shaq.
It's bumping, man.
Yeah, it was regular Shaq. Again, that's what I'm saying. We all know Shaq to be this person, no matter what.
Can I tell you? Not at all. Well, it's kind of related.
Okay.
So I was watching Mortal Kombat on Netflix this weekend with Anna, and she didn't grow up here, so she didn't even know what the video game was.
That's wild.
But you remember, like in that game, originally you had to fight like each level to get to the top,
Yeah.
and eventually Goro comes out.
Yep.
And I was just thinking, like Shaq is like that because he's just so big and strong. And when he came on the track, it was like his voice was so deep. Here comes the Diesel. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is the final boss.
That is the final boss. No, that's just again, man.
And he was in the NBA for like those 4 or 5 years in a row. He was just dunking on people, and they were throwing the ball at him. He was just like dunking and kicking his legs out and pulling the rim down. It's just like,
yeah, man.
he was truly the most dominant ever.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what he said in the post. He said, "I only wanted to be known as the most dominant player ever."
Yeah.
So again, who are you to just say that? It's just weird. Y'all gotta start just keeping some of that stuff to yourselves. Honestly,
Do you want to know what I think it's all about?
What?
I think that there's a girl behind the beef,
I doubt it.
and you know who it is.
I doubt it.
They've both been seen with her in public.
Yeah, no, I doubt it. I mean, I'm sure, but I don't want to get into that.
You want to get into it?
Nah, man, nah.
Because then we're doing weird shit like Shannon was doing.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, we'll catch y'all on the next one, man.
We'll catch you on the next one. Shout out.
Peace.